Anyway, hello, welcome to...
The Wild Beyond the Witchlight?
Yes, that's the word.
I hope?
Yes.
Surprise! Out of the abyss!
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a rug pull and a half, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What a big hole opens up in the Feywild and you all fall into the Underdark.
Yes, Sue. We have before us a carnival which people have been drawn to for one reason or another that will, I'm sure, start to unfold as we explore. I'll read the brief description of the carnival just before we begin. The first stars of night twinkle above the apricot sunset. Giant dragonflies whir overhead. Trailing streamers and a low mist curls over the ground. Through a floral archway you glimpse wondrous, vibrant creatures. Elf stilt walkers, dancing fairies, and painted performers. Everywhere there is laughter, pixie dust, bubbles, and the wistful tune of a whistling calliope. Calliope. Thank you. I don't know what one of those is, but it's whistling.
I thought it was a Greek legend lady.
Both that and Calliope is also like a cranked musical instrument, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So, you guys have been drawn to the carnival, and you are standing outside of the ticket booth, or two of you are, and then someone is sort of just stood on the other side watching you. So before we get into it, do you want to describe your characters? Joe, did you want to begin with yours?
Yeah, so just inside, if you guys are presumably the two who are queuing up.
Seems so.
Presumably.
Are there only two of us in the queue?
There are more people, but for some reason there are two people of note. There is a weird... you guys seem to single each other out, but you're not entirely sure. Maybe it's the article of clothing that you're wearing, or maybe you've just caught each other's eye. But out of a crowd of strangers, you all notice each other.
Sure. Okay, yeah, so just inside from where you're queuing, you can see there is one of the carnival attendants who is looks like a tabaxi, sort of a dark green furred tabaxi with sort of black bands. He has one of those like classic devil tails, like the playing card spade. He's wearing like one of these Napoleonic style jackets, but like tatty, and there's like ribbons coming off it. And actually, if you've got a better sort of, Ryan's already seen this, but that's the
nice.
Yeah. He's wearing like a purple silk, like a short top hat.
Michael's not looking.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
He is sort of warming up a little. He's got like a trio of knives that he's sort of spinning up and beginning to perform. He has like a basket hilted rapier at his side, and there appears to be a small mouse in like a Robin Hood get-up sitting on his shoulder.
Okay, which did you want to do?
Yes. You see a grey-skinned elf, white hair, looks fairly young. He is wearing a purple suit, and he looks something like that.
Tight.
If only D&D had a cane, he would be equipped with a cane, but sadly it does not. So he's not wearing a crown, however. But yes, he's looking like a young noble.
Like a sort of Art Deco Celebrimbor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not wearing any armour or anything?
Nope.
And you're not wearing any armour or anything?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Hang on, mechanically I might be wearing armour. Leather armour.
Yeah, like he may have leather underneath his clothes, but yeah.
Okay, well the reason I ask is because there is a woman stood here with purple hair. No, that's the mirror. It's in alphabetical order, not most recent. Okay, there we go. Very slow. So there is a woman there who appears to be wearing some kind of fancy armour. Could I get these guys to roll a religion check?
Yes.
First roll of the game.
Yes. This is so. This is probably going to be quite a difficult role if I.
Well, it's not for any specific features. It's about function.
Okay. By the giggles,
What did you roll on the die?
I rolled 10 on the die.
We got 11 between us. That is a solid natural 1 for a total of 3 for me.
And 11 for me.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like woman, whatever. Okay, this armour appears to be ceremonial.
Okay.
So I mean, it's chainmail. It's she has a big hammer and a shield strapped to her back. She's purple hair, pale green eyes. I forgot to change the colour of her eyebrows now, but they're purple as well. She's got so lots of blues and purples and dark colours with the slightly goldish but rather tan trim there. And underneath all of this, you can there are the chains of chainmail underneath it all as well.
Nice.
She looks very serious and seems to be darting glances over her shoulder in the direction direction down the road.
Are people being admitted to the carnival right now, or is this like people are waiting to?
So the carnival has just opened, so there's
the first few people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a steady stream of people who've already been admitted. Probably about 20 or so have sort of come through. But yeah, the carnival is very much just coming to life.
In that case, sorry.
No. Do we know how we got here? If the introduction was like, you find yourself...
Oh, so...
or did we choose to come to today?
You have chosen... So kind of the reasons to a point are your own. However, you... The childhood memory of the thing that you've lost has been playing on your mind, and something has compelled you to, and so you've sort of found yourself waiting in line. So it's sort of your own volition, but also something that you can't quite place your finger on, like is encouraging you, not in a malicious way,
Sure.
Just
a feeling.
Yeah. Or kind of like if you've got a craving for a dessert, you're like, oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while, like, and then the carnival's in town. So,
is it worth getting another token to place like at the ticket booth where we are at the moment?
Yes. If you guys want to.
Yeah, so in that case, if people are being admitted, you see the green cat dude is standing on a little sort of like 8-inch raised stage. It looks like it's been like shipping pallets or something that have just been spread together as a big fancy painted sign saying the Cat and Mouse Spectacular, and they are doing this sort of short like 10-minute play. Sort of in the time it takes you to queue, you see all of it, no matter sort of at what point you come in and start seeing it. But like this giant cat is being defeated in a sword battle by this tiny mouse with like a rapier made of a darning needle. And he's got like his face is sort of vaguely feline. He's wearing a sort of gold painted tin mask that makes him look a bit more cat like. And you catch him at the bit where you go like oh no, I'm defeated again, and sort of clutches his side and falls to the ground dramatically, and the mouse sort of jumps up on his chest and gives a salute to the crowd. Yeah.
How good is your performance?
How good is my performance? I'm trained. That'll be a 5 total. Could I get Prince of...
rolling well for you?
It's gone 1, 2. So next up, could I roll with advantage because Prince of Mice is...
Yeah, I'm also happy. This is something that you have done day in, day out.
Yeah, this is my job.
Yeah.
A 13. So it's the bit like it's not exactly like the spicy busy hours. I'm not putting my full
you're
effort
warming
behind
up.
This. Yeah,
it's your warm up.
It's still better than average.
Yeah.
It's still better than human average.
Like, are you doing this for coin? Are you at the end of the shows or a hat out?
Not really. No, this is part of admission. It's a sideshow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the ticket booth, a silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of this ticket booth and surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky with shooting stars across it.
Oh, is it? What time of day is it? Or is it night time?
It's there's a specific time.
So like dusk.
It's 8 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
8 o'clock in the evening. Okay.
Yes. You guys would kind of know this. You definitely would. The carnival sort of starts up in the evening as the sun sets, and then disappears as the sun starts to rise. So it's sort of a through the night.
Sure.
An elderly goblin perches behind the ticket counter, peering at you quizzically through a spyglass. He lowers the spyglass and calls out to you, "Greetings, fair fairgoers. Are you here to purchase tickets?" One thing I should also mention, there is a sign next to him that says adult tickets are 5 silver pieces and children are 3 silver pieces. Children's tickets, not
Children.
Not
Yeah.
children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here you do have to specify.
Yes, he is not.
Oh yeah, children walk through and become a number of silver pieces.
Children are silver pieces. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I've got. What did you say? It was 5 silver pieces.
it's 8.
Oh, 8.
But he's sort of calling you over.
All right, so I'll walk up with 8 silver pieces and just.
Okay. As you put it down, he then looks at you. He puts his spyglass back up and he's like, wait a moment. And then there's some rustling and he goes, yes, your ticket has been paid for. And he slides you across a ticket and some fake butterfly wings. He says, "You may proceed. The ticket will grant you entry to 8 things. You're welcome to come back and buy another ticket. Make sure you keep the butterfly wings on you at all times. They symbolise that you have purchased to get in here."
I believe I'm wearing those as well, aren't
You
I?
are, yes. Yours are actually slightly sparkly, which kind of denotes the visitors versus
Staff,
patrons.
sure.
Yeah. And then he snaps his head towards you and he says, You have also been given a ticket. And he slides one across to you along with the butterfly wings.
I pay my own way, good sir, and I give him 8 silver.
He shrugs and he takes 8 silver off of you. Cool. So you've bought your ticket. And then he goes, here's the other one.
Juggly.
Okay.
I did much better on my Eldritch 20 on performance to juggle knives.
Cool.
That's the one you want to do well. Natural 1. Do. Ow.
He tilts his head to the side for a moment as he sort of ponders something. And then he shouts behind him towards the juggling act. And he says, "Tommy,
Aye?
boss has given you a day off. Enjoy the carnival." And he also slides you a ticket. And he snaps his fingers and the sparkles drop from your butterfly wings. They remain on,
Okay.
but the sparkle's gone.
So I've given my staff ID in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the day.
For the day.
Yeah. As he snaps his fingers, another sort of another little sideshow has sort of run up to kind of take your place.
What's Prince of Mice doing at this point then?
So he's also got the day off.
Because he can't really do the other half of the act.
Yeah. With the snapping of the fingers, his wings would also lose the sparkle. He will kind of hang around with you unless you dismiss him.
Yeah, he just
gonna enjoy
pops up and runs across and just sits on the shoulder there.
Yeah. So that is your entry. The show that runs up to take the place it's kind of like a little the stool kind of sort of magically pops up and there's another Witchlight hand that's kind of like, try your luck, pick a card, any card, and then you got a selection of 8 cards there, and then sort of you see the guest that's in front of you that's literally gone in. They pull a card, and then like a rainbow appears above their head. They giggle, and then they move on, and then the 8th card magically reappears back into the set.
Given that I've just spent some money, are you an Electron favourer? Do you want to have that in your game?
Electrum.
Electrum.
Electrons.
Famous
There's only one.
currency that every DM loves.
That currency has no meaning here.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
Okay, I've drawn a card.
you may turn it over.
3 of hearts.
And so as you draw it, a little thundercloud appears above your head, and it sort of rains for a few seconds, and you get slightly damp before that, and the card disappears. He's like,
back in there.
better luck. Yeah. Does anybody else wish to partake?
Does that count as one of the
No.
8?
No. So the tickets are for the main attractions. Anything that will cost a ticket punch will actually say. A lot of the side attractions and some of the sort of more open areas, like the Big Top, you're just free to wander around that.
Sure.
You will always, they'll always say in advance it will cost you 1 ticket, but these are just...
What's the performer's name? Do I know them? Like.
Yeah. So it's a little pixie by the name of Gubbins.
There better be good gubbins. You only remember.
I wouldn't step you.
Ace
Aha.
of clubs.
So you get the rainbow appears over your head.
Yeah.
And you emit a very sort of dim light for 60 seconds.
Not bad.
You, sir, would you like to try your luck?
Taking your parlour games.
Ah. So. A rock magically appears above your head. And it doesn't.
It just tracks you as you.
And then it sort of breaks in half, and you somehow feel slightly stronger. One might surmise that you currently have 4 temporary hit points, which you can apply. So yeah, you get sort of ushered. Sort of, they're trying to get more guests through, so you kind of push forward. So you are now in the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh,
Hey,
turns it.
Greenie.
Sorry,
Greenie.
Tommy.
Tommy, yeah.
Aye.
You work here?
Aye. First time.
Yeah. No,
Yourself?
maybe.
Lord Lucius.
Charmed. Tommy Finnegan.
John.
Freya.
Did Gubbins say that like the boss wanted to see me, or they just give him the day off?
So it was actually the guy on the ticket booth.
Oh, sorry.
Nicholas. And he said that you had the day off.
Sure.
So it's a little bit unusual, but it's not entirely.
It's not the weirdest thing in the world.
It's not entirely unheard of. Sometimes the carnival owners are in a particularly good mood and will give somebody a day off at random.
Aye.
So-
Well, it was Mr. Light. It's not going to be Mr. Witch. Oh well.
So you know a bit about this place then?
I've been here for years.
My memory's a little bit hazy about it.
I thought you said it was your first time.
Not-ish. I don't remember much about the last time I was here.
Ah, sure, and you don't. Right.
I was just wondering if they were hiring.
Yeah, speak to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, I imagine.
Do you know where I could find them?
Do I know where they can find them?
Yeah, they'd be in the staff area. They've got their own caravan within that area.
Staff area up in the northwest.
Okay, northwest is that way.
This way. Then
No, I know which way northwest is. I just had to check the stars.
it changes around here.
You would also know that,
I have someone's excellent sense of direction.
yeah, the staff area is usually restricted as well to guest goers.
Sure.
So
Yourself, what you looking for?
Just come here to take the sights in.
Well, I'd recommend snail racing.
Snail racing.
Aye.
Why is that?
Because you can watch snails. They're peaceful.
Sounds fascinating.
Don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna go see if I can find Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Nah, I'll come with you. They probably wouldn't let you in otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I'll
you,
have to stop thinking of you as Snotball then,
Snotball.
because you green like green like a snot rag and cat like a fur ball. I just put two
So
together.
you've reduced me to a number of quite insulting physical features as a mnemonic device to try and remember a name that you gave me.
Quite charming, isn't he?
She.
Apologies.
It's not the worst thing I've been called.
Sorry, that was rude, wasn't it? Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not good at people.
Okay, so how about this one? Tommy, like a tomcat.
I forgot your name once already. I'll try.
It's Tommy, like a tomcat.
Tommy like a Tom. Okay, Tomcat.
And you're Lucius.
Lord Lucius Lebrade.
Lord Lucius Lebrade. Is Lord your first name or is that a title?
That's a title.
Ah, fancy man, are we?
I am. Of the Unseelie Court.
Charmed to meet you. Very nice, very nice. Ah, we got the odd one of your kind around here. What does like the Unseelie Court? Could I roll history, religion, to see what I know specifically of the Unseelie Court in this setting? I mean, this question will be for you.
yeah.
I would also like to roll that.
10.
Do we know what I should what? Stats?
So you're just trying to. So this is where I'm going to struggle slightly because I can't remember all of your backstories. Let's say it's a easy to medium difficulty.
Yeah, but
Oh, I see. Sorry.
what stat?
Oh.
What skill?
Oh, sorry. It's you could do
History,
his.
Arcana.
Yeah. Either one of those, I'd say.
Okay, well they both are not amazing for me, so I'm going to go with Arcana. Why not? Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay.
+1.
So, I guess you. I don't really know what to say on that front about the Sealy
We
Court.
presumably do get visitors from them from time to time, yeah.
Well, would it be fair to say that the Unseelie Court, I would know that on that there are two courts of Fae, and the Unseelie are wintry, which normally they're the harsher ones, the ones that are a little bit more... Well, they are more like winter, they are more unforgiving.
Yeah. It's the difference between fairies and fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there would be anything notable that I'd know about them from... It was Arcana rather than history, so... Would I know if I was in danger of accidentally making a deal with them or something?
So you'd know more that it's they tend to value sort of status really highly. They wouldn't just make deals with anybody. You're sort of not in any danger. They're not too interested unless you're someone, or if you're someone who knows someone. That's probably what you'd get from that.
Okay, cool.
Between you and me, I prefer your lot to the other ones. They're a bit too sweetness and light for me.
Yeah. Can't trust them either.
But I think, no offence, that goes for both of you, but they're a bit... It's a bit like having too much candy floss, you know, you get sick of it after a while. More of a mint man, myself. Right, you, person who calls me Snotball, Freya.
Freya, yeah.
You want to come over?
Sure.
You want to come see backstage?
I know.
Yeah, I'll lead them over, sort of wind him away through.
Okay, so the staff area is located behind the big top, but there is a massive growth of thorns that you can sort of see wagons sort of parked in the staff area.
I just had a thought. You're not staff today anymore, are you?
I know, but I know people who are.
Okay.
Greg! I'll see if any of my friends are here.
Yep. So I'll read what is written as well. A tangled wall of thorns surrounds a cluster of wagons lit by lanterns. So the caravan is barely visible through the thicket. So you so there is a doorway inbuilt into it, and there is a bugbear. He's called Burley. And he's sort of like the bouncer.
Sure.
Right,
Burley. I want to head back to mine, drop stuff off, and this one wants to go and see the messers.
Too early. You're off the clock.
I know I'm off the clock, but I live there.
Boss said patrons not allowed back here.
But I live there. Look, that's me little house. The one with the wheels.
He looks at your wings, sees that they're not sparkling, says, "No, your patron. Burley's not too smart."
It's like trying to get blood out of a stone. Burley, look, I'm still me.
Yes, you told me. You work here.
Yes, I do.
You're not working now.
No.
So you're not
But
come in.
I'm still alive, so I still live there.
Yes. Boss says you can't come in.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Right, okay, well, I suppose we'll come back later. Burley, how long till you finish your shift?
4 hours.
Jesus Christ. Alright, how long till the messers say that we can come in?
4 hours.
You're a feckin' delight, you know that, Burley.
Thanks, Tony.
You're just the sharpest tack in the draw.
Yeah, thanks.
You're smart as a whip.
Thanks.
Smart as a whip. You know, quick
Thanks,
as
Timmy.
quick as a big, slow thing.
Could you do me a favour?
Sure.
How long's 4 hours?
Can I roll deception? There we go. There's the good rolls. I should get the catch it. 1 second. Like crash sheet crash. 1 second. It's at least a 17.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
My whole character sheet has full on crashed.
Oh, nice.
That's fine. I'll just go and do the other one here. It's 17 plus. Yeah. Oh, sure. You know, you're one of my oldest friends, Burley. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Okay.
A little bit more. Oh, no. Oh. Now.
Oh. Guess you can come in.
Can we come in? Thank you, Burley. Thank you very much indeed.
Let's pause a second.
Yeah.
I like Burley.
So do I, really. He's just annoying. As an 18, yeah.
As a character, I like him. In character...
Yeah, you very much give the idea that he was given a very specific set of instructions, and you didn't meet that criteria. So there's not a...
But I live here. I want to go and sit down in my own house.
You could see that the argument you were presenting was just confusing him because it was contradicting his orders. So
one thing is true.
My,
that was a quick 4 hours, wasn't it?
So he stands by to
as I'm like off the clock, I take off, like I've got this big sort of bandolier of like knives of varying different metals, like copper and brass and tin and essentially anything except iron, which Lucius will clock probably. And I just sling them down into like a little wooden caravan, I guess.
Yep.
It's just got like a bedroll and like a kettle in there, and that's basically.
So I just peek. I just have a quick scout in without going in. I just glance through and it's like, okay.
If I knew I was having company, I'd have tidied up.
No, it's fine. It looks nice.
No, I wouldn't have. I've only got 4 things. Right.
Well, it's your excellent sense of direction.
Oh, it's not my excellent sense of direction.
Oh.
It's just someone's.
Okay.
I'll look around and see if I can see Blue Bill. His excellent sense of direction.
He sort of gives a nod.
Yeah.
And then walks in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I gamed him hard last week. Yeah. And then I'll lead over to where I think.
Yeah. They've got a wagon that you know.
Freya is trying to keep you between her and you.
Trying
trying to keep Tommy between her and Lucian.
Okay.
Lucius.
Would I notice that?
Possibly. It's up to you if you'd notice it. She's trying to be subtle. She's not very good at it.
I think he's a little bit too arrogant to put the time into noticing. So probably not. Yeah.
It's up to you if you want to notice either. But she's seeming a little bit unsure of you for some reason.
Yeah, I'll go up to the Mister's caravan and... Sirs, got a young lady here who wants to join the carnival. Thought you might want a word.
Right. So, pause 2 moments, because you have not gone about this how I planned, but that's fine.
I apologise.
No plan survives contact.
No, that's fine. Okay, so it's quite an ostentatious wagon. It just sort of like, without knowing anything about the carnival, you know that whoever's in charge is living in this caravan. It's larger, it's brighter. As you knock, the door opens and you are greeted by you're greeted by 3 people. So there is a human clown. There's a human who's dressed as a clown. You know him as Thaco.
Thaco! His name is Thaco. Exceptional.
I'm guessing that we wouldn't be able to touch him if we tried it.
Well, Thaco was was an immensely complicated way of calculating AC in first edition D&D. It's to hit armor class 0.
Really, really complicated.
You rolled, added your attack bonus, then subtracted their AC, and then did some other stuff, and it was horrible. And we liked it.
You had to.
It was the only game in town.
So
yeah, so
as the door opens, I've kind of interrupted the meeting. So the guy who's dressed as a clown sort of just says, "We'll chat later," and leaves. And then you see 2 others. So there is 2 elves. So there's one that is also dressed as like just the most flamboyant.
Yes.
The most
worth going back to.
Yes, the most flamboyant clown you can imagine. So, and then you've got the other gentleman there.
Tommy bows what looks like more sincerely than you've seen him do anything to each of them in turn.
Okay, so the flamboyant elf. So, welcome, please come in. It is a delight to meet you all. I am Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch. And Mr. Witch, very, very portly, just. Okay, what can we do for you?
Can I stay, please? I can work.
Here? But there are so many more wonderful things to be found out there in the carnival. Won't you enjoy yourself? Please enjoy yourself.
Okay, I can go and enjoy myself, but when I'm done with that, can I stay with the carnival, please?
But of course, young child. Everybody's welcome here. Just make sure you have a good time now.
Okay, sure, I'll have a good time, but if I can stay here, then brilliant.
Yes. Need to do something to perk your mood up. Come back happier, child. And then, yes, of course you can stay. So...
For the benefit of the tape, Ryan is doing the worst smile in the world.
So, Mr. Light, the flamboyant clown, just doesn't seem to react to that. But you almost notice that Mr. Witch sort of breaks into a slight smile at your forced attempt, and then goes back to his sort of neutral demeanour.
Okay, I'll go have a good time and then. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for the off day, by the way. Any particular reason?
Oh. And then a look of realization sort of comes across both of them. Oh, but of course, child. Yes. It was your day off. Yes.
It wasn't me day off.
Yes. I mean, there was a...
And now it is.
Yes, that's right. That's the magic of this place. One day you're working, and then another you're not.
I think that's the magic of every other fucking place except this.
Okay. It's the wrong attitude to be having on your day off, Tommy.
I think they drew a sort of 5 and 2, and then...
Can I have a quite an easy insight check into his...
13 plus
Okay.
numbers.
So, yeah.
I will learn my stats.
No, it's fine. You because you've worked with him for quite a while, you can kind of get a gauge on it. He's sort of he's being particularly dramatic at the moment, which tends to mean that he's sort of
hiding something.
Yeah, he's covering something. You're not entirely sure what it is, but tends to be when he doesn't fully know what's going on, he'll just be louder and more flamboyant and hope that sort of covers across any cracks.
So they did know that, like, they were giving me a day off. They're just trying not to tell me why.
You get the impression that it was as sudden to them as it was to you.
So they are learning about it for the first time now.
Not,
or the circumstances which caused it are.
Yeah, so it's almost as if it's very, very new. So difficult with what you've rolled. It's difficult to tell whether they're just learning about it now or.
That's fine.
But that knowledge is sort of a surprise to them.
Yeah, you're not unhappy with how I've been doing.
Of course not, child. Who doesn't love your... And then he sort of...
Furiously pens through a Rolodex.
No. So he's got one of those sort of clown heads on a stick. With all the bells. Yeah. And then he sort of mimics the jousting as well, and then the over-dramatic dying, and then, like... So, he knows you're acting now, and then he sort of then just bursts out laughing. He's like, of course, no problems. No problems at all.
Okay.
Run along now.
Thanks, sirs.
And then they close the door.
Right, we gotta get you cheered up then, haven't we?
Yeah, sure. What's fun here?
You
For snail racing?
ever been flying?
No.
You wanna go flying?
Sure.
Would it make you happy?
Maybe.
You're a tough nut to crack, aren't you?
I try.
Have you decided what you're going to do here? Can you juggle? Can you dance?
I can help people. I could lift things. I could push things. I know a little bit of magic. I could try healing people. I can make other people better at things.
Do you get many injuries here? Is it healing? Is that a thing that you need?
I juggle flaming knives for a living. Yes, we get a lot of injuries here.
Well, one would hope you'd be good at it.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
If you can find me a pearl, I could have a look at. It would have to be an expensive pearl, but
okay.
I could if you give me a magic item, I could tell you what it did.
That's a problem for another day. Are you hungry?
No, there's a gurgle.
Right, go on to the Feasting Orchards. Feasting Orchard is the that's like the not the staff one. That's like the public one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He sort of he struts with a confidence that he clearly has, but doesn't look like he's earned.
Did you win that? Did you win that too?
Well, no, probably not. That comes. He's very, very handsome, but he's not super charismatic. Like he's got a slightly like abrasive personality, which stops him from being like a truly attractive person, even though he's handsome. Yeah, and he's sort of just sort of almost like dancing through the. Like, he's got like a spring in his step. Yeah.
Just stomping along after you.
Could I have you a hand, madam?
Hang on, that's a trick, isn't it?
Yes. minor illusion, and a severed hand just flops onto your outstretched finger. Not even a twinge of a smile.
No.
Do you want a hand?
I've got one. And I manually reach one of my hand.
You see that I like. Right. You see, that's why I like the Unseelie Court, because the jokes come with severed hands. Yes, absolutely yes, and like I presume there are like other stalls of like little mini like candy floss machines and stuff, and
Yeah. So are you? Yeah. There's.
we're just sort of wending our way along sort of this like round here and then back up. Like.
Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, the feasting orchard's where a lot of the really good food is, but there's all sorts of stalls that are selling sort of different varieties
Selling
of food.
or as part of the entrance?
Sorry, I need to get out of the capitalist mindset. They are.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of different sort of food. A lot of the food that is consumed outside of the feasting area, its benefits are entirely temporary.
that's fine.
So yeah.
I'll just like pick up some candy floss and just sort of into one hand and like a toffee apple into the other hand, and then pop a donut on her head while she's got both hands full.
What is this stuff?
It's food. You eat it.
This fluffy thing is weird.
Try the toffee apple. Now,
That's not bad.
You see, now we're learning something. You know, you like toffee apples more than candy floss.
I mean, I like apples. and the
You're what my mother would have called a chore.
this hard crunchy outside makes things interesting.
Yeah, that it does. Mind you, all the food around here is a bit interesting. You can see where like the candy floss, like where it looks like kind of quite a spider's web, like a little candy spider just walks around the outside.
There you go. She,
Right.
yeah,
If you're looking for
tries to find somewhere nice for a spider to go.
You want one, by the way?
Do you have any bags of boiled sweets?
I think I've got some hot nuts.
I'll take the candy.
Yeah, there's like presumably there's like vendors all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
sorts.
Now the donut.
Do you have to pay for
Imagine
it?
looking at the donut.
Not for the food. No.
Do you have to punch a ticket to get into the feasting orchard?
Not to get into the feasting orchard.
But
so
to
there
eat
are
there.
certain events within the feasting orchard which I
Sure. Okay.
shall
Yeah.
describe to you now. So, music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scent of flowers, mead, berry pie, all of those things waft through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees. Musicians drum, pipe and strum. And everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. Now, one of the events going on in the feasting orchard is the fairy cake eating contest. And there are several people trying to gobble up as many cupcakes as they possibly can within a minute. And again, the highly unlikely scenario of your particular temporary trigger is a possibility here. So, so there's. Right. So there is a. Go on then. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay.
Mercy buckets.
Okay. Okay. So, so in the centre there's like a giant sort of plate piled high with a whole bunch of tiny glazed cupcakes, and there's sort of, you can see as people are sort of shoveling them into their mouth that in the centre there's sort of a little dollop of berry custard. So, and then after, so some people overeat and suffer the unfortunate, but you see that there's the contest finished and there's a winner and they're handed a small prize, and they say, "Would anybody else like to enter? 1 ticket punch to enter the fairy cake eating contest. Any more partakers?" And there's a couple of people who move forward, have their tickets punched.
Is this supposed to be fun?
Do you like winning prizes?
Don't know, I've never won anything before.
How hungry are you?
I could eat.
Right. Got one here for you! I'll point over and sort of...
Okay. Just going to trump up with hold a ticket out.
Mm-hmm. You're making the right choice. And they punch the ticket. So because there's kind of like 8 squares, 4 by 2. So a little hole's punched out 1, and they sort of sit you down at the table. And again, big pile of cupcakes, and they go, right, the person who eats the most within the minute wins. Ready, set, and begin.
It is a force of nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
She actually...
You're hungry.
You get the feeling this is someone who is used to eating quickly.
Yeah. While you have a chance.
And you can see that she's still going... Eyes on, head on a swivel whilst also eating.
person.
Okay.
In all senses of the word.
So, what's your con modifier?
+3.
Okay. So, you... it takes about 3 seconds. You can gobble down this cupcake. And by the 6th cupcake, you're starting to feel full. But you can continue to press on. Can I...
There is a pause. What were you going to ask for?
can I have a con save, please? It's an easy one.
I believe in you!
Well, that is a grand total of 8.
I don't believe in you!
Okay. I know it's terrible, but I'm really glad that you failed it because I get to say. You take 6 points of custard damage.
Oh, yes!
That is half of my health.
That's this damage.
Okay. Would you like to continue?
I look around. How's everyone else doing?
So, one person next to you has already sort of... They look like they've taken a full amount of custard damage and are now being unwell and are out of the contest.
Okay, I'm going to clasp something around my neck. I'm casting guidance on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And I'm going again.
Yep, that's absolutely fine.
And guidance gives me a D4.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just saves or?
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's to ability checks.
Yeah. Resistance is saves.
Oh.
So I can't add. I would guidance myself anyway.
Yeah.
But that is a grand total of 14.
Okay, you are absolutely fine. And so there are a total of 4 other contestants. 2 of the other ones have now also vomited. I was going to avoid using that word.
Tommy hears like minor illusion, like a big sign that says "Go Freya" in full non-serif, like non-italic black font on a white background with a full stop.
Have they all taken custard damage at this point?
Yes. So the final person who's still in it looks like they're on their last sort of legs.
Can I use a minor illusion to make, as they like look at their next bite, make it look extra oozy?
I don't see why not.
2 kinds of people.
Yeah.
Another roll.
Yeah, one more, please.
That is an 18.
You are successful, and the extra oozy custody was just too much, and the final contestant bows out. You are victorious. And so the fairy running the show sort of does a swing with her wand, and you feel that all the over custardness that you're suffering is lifted. You regain all of your hit points. And you
Your deed on bird's custard.
You are then handed a shimmering cupcake that when you catch it at the right angle, you can see through it.
This is fascinating.
It is your prize.
It's the ghost of a real cupcake.
You.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you know what you're talking about.
No.
Okay.
Yes, you. I wouldn't eat it now, but yes, you consume the entire thing, and then something magical will happen.
Right.
Okay.
You know what the best thing to do after you've just eaten an enormously large amount of food is?
Tell me, sir.
Do extremely acrobatic aeronautical maneuvers on the back of a flying dragonfly. Can I say, as players, not characters, how much I love that we both turned at the same time.
It was beautiful to look at. As a player, not a character, it was
Yeah.
beautiful to look at. As a character, I'm like, okay.
Have you had enough food? Because we can get more here.
Maybe something a bit savoury.
Sure.
Can I have a quick perception check from all of you, please?
That's better.
16.
21.
Okay, yeah, you will spot this. So, as well as the general onlookers sort of cheering you on, you also notice that there's sort of a gnome who's sort of sat by a tree who's also been watching this. But you notice as you walk away that she's not been watching this, she's been watching you guys. She doesn't, there's nothing malicious about her that you can see. She's just sort of giggling to herself. She's almost like she's sharing in the fun. She's got a lute that she's sort of strumming on.
Do I know her?
No.
Huh.
She, her, especially with the 21, she also has fairy wings on, but they're not sparkling. So she is also a patron.
Oh, I've got Vigilant Blessing on myself, by the way.
Mechanically, what does that mean?
Advantage on my next initiative roll.
Excellent. I touch wood. That went. I mean, yeah, good.
No,
good to know. But
No,
yeah,
I was flicking through what have I got at the moment again, and just saw that. I was like, all right, yes,
Yeah.
I should mention that I've got that on myself at the moment.
Either you know that girl over there. Would you say she's unknown to you?
I do not know her, sir.
No, me either. Oi, you!
the shout startles her slightly, but she manages to keep her balance. Sorry, she's not quite stood by a tree. She's actually sat in one of the lower branches. But yeah, she manages to regain her balance, and then she sort of waves at you. But she doesn't really move from where she is. She's just sort of she goes back to strumming along, but she's sort of smiling at you.
Yeah, I sort of like prestige out a small hand mirror and like. And I walk over. Yeah, I know I'm devastatingly handsome, or there's no need to stare.
Oh, don't be like that, cutie.
Well, hell yes. What's your name, darling?
My name, it's Elwick.
Elwick. And why are you eyeing up me and my friends here?
I'm just enjoying the happiness of the carnival. Are you enjoying it?
That's a bit of a busman's holiday for me.
Oh dear, don't say that. I put such good work into getting you the day off.
Why?
I thought it would be good.
Why?
Why? It's a curious question, isn't it? Why would I do that?
Yes, that's what I want to know.
Yes, that is what you want to know, isn't it?
Will you tell me?
Ah, will I tell you now? Now we're getting to the crux of the matter, aren't we? Will I tell you what you want to know?
Please tell me.
Oh, please. Ah, manners this one has. Yes, yes. I saw that you were needed. You were all needed to be here at this point, in this time, at this moment. Does
For
that
some-
answer your question?
For some enormous sexual thrill? What kind of thing? Why am I here?
Don't be so uncouth and vulgar.
You see, if you really knew me, you'd know that's not really going to stop happening.
I don't really know you. We've only just met. Or is this the last time we're meeting? Funny how time works, isn't it? Well, enjoy the carnival. And she just sort of skips off giggling to herself.
Well, that was weird as shit. Want to go fly?
Not anymore. No.
Want to go and watch a man juggle tiny flaming elephants?
Any more games?
Games. Well, snail racing. What other games are there, basically?
So there's Pin the Tail on the Dragon. There is... but I had a list of the games and I have immediately forgotten them. Right. So you're looking for like little side attractions.
Yeah. So something that. What things can I spend a ticket on?
Oh, right. Okay. You can, if you want. So if you wanted to take a tour but didn't perhaps want to go flying, there's the Swan Gondolas.
Gondola Swans.
Yep.
Silver Swan Lake.
So so obviously the Pixie Kingdom. So I think the Dragonfly Rides is going to be flying. The Bubble Teapot's flying. Pixie Kingdom, Mystery Mine. So anything that's sort of named, with the exception of the Big Top and the Silver Song Lake, will consume a ticket.
Do you bet on the snail racing, or do you race them yourselves?
That is a very good question.
Like, do you ride them to race them, or?
Come on. So,
Faster! We're getting there! We're doing it!
I'm pretty sure you bet on them, but let me just double check that. Yeah,
Occasionally you'll glance over and see that Freya is looking at Lucius with a quizzical eye.
That is it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so...
child.
Just trying to figure you out.
Oh no, you actually get to ride the snails.
Open book.
And then you're racing them, right? Yeah.
Ask your
Yes.
question.
Yeah, you are...
No, don't do ask any more.
I'm trying to be friendly.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it true there's a place in a man's head if you shoot it'll blow up?
There is, and I know the spot.
Oh, brilliant. No further questions.
You're welcome to roll insight if you want.
1.
18.
Okay, when you said book, there was a wince.
When did I say book?
You said I'm an open book.
Ah! No more questions?
What's your opinion on libraries?
Not the question I thought I should ask.
Something about libraries make you nervous.
Maybe.
They're useful?
They're boring.
That too.
Okay. They are.
Do you like reading?
No.
Would you like a book? Oh no, illusion book.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's not books themselves.
Pamphlet? It's just advertising pamphlets for the carnival.
No. Don't worry about it. Let's just...
If you're looking for a game, like kick your arse in snail racing.
Yeah, excellent. Let's do that.
It's riveting stuff. Yeah, we'll head over to snail racing.
Okay, the grandstands next to this racecourse are filled with cheering fairgoers, ringing bells, swinging rattles and waving flags. On the starting line, 8 giant snails are having their shells scrubbed by pixies. Above the circular course, a wooden gantry hangs from the branches of the central tree where the 2 goblins officiate the proceedings. So, it costs 1 ticket punch to enter, and you basically have to jockey So we have. There is a pink, blue, purple, green, yellow, orange, red, and black.
So there's a purple one.
There is indeed a purple one.
Do I know, as an insider, if any of the snails are inherently faster than any other? Is there a trick to it, is what I'm saying?
Not that you've noticed.
I don't know in this direction. So.
You also get the feeling that the colours change on a nightly basis. To
Just reupholstering the snails of an evening.
Yeah.
Freya will gravitate towards the purple one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll punch Dick and sit on Greenie.
Welcome to snail racing. So we've got
purple suit. Look at the purple one.
Must now.
But of course.
I think the complementary colour of purple is yellow.
Let's do that then.
Wait, is there an argument over colours, gentlemen? I mean, they can both be purple. Would you like that? Would it make you happy?
Then how will you tell the winner?
Ah,
By the
simple.
person writing them.
So he snaps and sort of thumbs the one that was yellow, and then the sort of pixies rapidly sort of
Like quick changing a tyre in Formula 1.
literally just paint over, but it's mixed with the yellow, so it's kind of like an off purple. So you can very much distinguish between the two, but they're still purple, but one is a much more vibrant purple, which is the one that Freya has picked.
Can I get like a bumper sticker on mine, like honker if you're horny?
Okay, it's enough sass out of you there. You still owe me from 2 nights ago.
Aye.
Yeah. Watching you.
I'd pay up.
Okay, all right. You're a.
You know I'm good for it, come on.
He notices, at that point he then notices sort of the wings aren't even sparkling and you have a ticket in your hand.
Yeah.
And his demeanour sort of immediately changes to sort of, there's sort of the friendly, sassy banter that you've got going on, and then there's a little bit more friendly professionalism. He goes, 1,000 apologies, sir. Please step right up. Bumper sticker, bumper, and then pixies.
Bumper sticker.
Outstanding. I should have dates more often. That's more polite this way. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Fine. Yeah.
Are you taking the off purple one?
I am.
Okay.
Well, I don't think I get much of a choice. You're already right up next to you.
Okay.
So attached to it.
So, as you walk up to the purple one, sort of the pixie sort of helps you up onto the snail and hands you the reins. He goes, "You've got High Road. You take care of her." And they do the same with each. Obviously, they're not all called High Road.
That's High Road on the shell.
It's sort of in a way that only an invertebrate can, but it kind of does like a happy little jiggle. If it was a horse, then you'd see the bones sort of shake from one to the other. Yeah. But it's sort of more like jelly.
Undulating way.
Yes.
Good God.
I'm not an employee right now, right?
Correct.
You want to make this interesting?
Yeah.
I bet you a good night's sleep.
Good night's sleep.
Hey. You're an elf. It's rare for you.
That's true.
You don't technically sleep.
Yeah, right.
What's your wager?
My utmost respect.
Done. Who do you respect most in the world? Cool. Yeah, let's throw some snail.
Okay. So, you have got. Oh, sorry.
Would these be animal handling checks by any chance?
They will be. Yes.
Brilliant.
So,
Brilliant.
I'm terrible at that.
Rich, you've got Flower Flash. And Joe, you have got Quickleaf.
Quickleaf.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the high road.
And the bumper sticker that they've written on is it says, "My other ride is a centaur."
That's to be family friendly.
So, okay, so the way mechanically this works is all the snails move at about the same pace.
Excellent.
However, with gentle encouragement, as you've already worked out, they sort of get a little bit happier and can move a little bit faster. So there'll be a series of animal handling checks, and depending on how well you do will depend on how...
Can I guidance myself on this?
It is a place of magic and wonder. So yeah, there's no... no rules against it. I mean, as far as you're aware, there are no rules at all. As far as you're aware, there's a general etiquette, but not one that rules out what...
Yeah.
I'm not using a full-on spell.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like taking the head off another rider with a flame.
Yeah, that would... It doesn't say that in the book, but that would be frowned on.
You're like rap on the knuckles.
Yeah.
Another rider. Let me just... inflict wounds.
So we've got... sorry, I'm just doing some quick maths here.
That said, I could. How many hit points you got?
Okay.
14.
That's a lot more than me.
Only because I got that 4 temporary.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Nice.
So, the sort of lead, the foreman pixie, as it were.
Yeah.
It casts a spell, and it is a flag that drops to the floor, and then with a flourish.
Drag race style, excellent.
Yeah. So, and then they're off. So, animal handling checks, please.
Oh, really?
For your first one, Ryan, as you've already comforted yours, you can roll the first one with advantage. Sorry.
That was worse.
9.
9. Okay.
7.
14.
Woo! Ooh. Okay. So, so you guys, the snail doesn't respond. You haven't quite got yourself in the proper position. So you guys, only move 80 feet this round, which is still quite quick.
80 feet! Yeah, that's pretty quick!
Yeah. So, they look... Yeah, they literally look like they're about to sort of move really slowly forward, but then as they go, and then they're off. But Freya's one seems to have gained the lead slightly and is probably about 10 feet ahead of you guys.
Sure.
So, next round.
You're doing so well. You're doing so well.
Come on, Quickleaf, come on! That is a 20 for me.
Oof. Okay.
Do I get an advantage for...
No.
Okay.
No.
Because it's only 18.
Okay, yeah.
6.
Okay. So you are stuck at the still the cheek rippling speed of 80 feet around.
Cheek rippling. What an excellent. Yeah. By the way, the wind is just boofing out my fur like a dog in a taking head out the window.
But you guys both move 100 feet, so you've got an extra 20.
So is Freya still 10 feet ahead of me?
Yeah.
Cool.
And the other contestants, sorry, let me just roll for them. So another one is sort of neck and neck with you, Rich, and then there's another that's sort of 10 feet ahead of you, which is 10 feet behind you. So we should have done it with the cars. Like, that would have been brilliant.
Is one of the other riders a very round raccoon?
Has anyone had a perfectly spherical hole boarded?
I don't know, but there are 2 people who are screaming that they're Michael Douglases and they don't know what they're doing. Please have Michael Douglas just cameo at either Michael Douglas at various points in this campaign. It is Michael Douglas, the person, not the actor, riding a snail called Michael Douglas, the actor, not the person.
So Michael Douglas, the actor, not the person, the snail.
Yes.
It's not Michael Douglas, the actor, not the person. Michael Douglas, the actor, not the person, the snail.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And round 3. Let's roll.
18.
18. Another 20 feet on top of the...
24.
Okay.
I got 18 plus 6.
Nice.
So what did you say you rolled?
I was 17 plus 1.
I mean, yeah, so yeah, that's an extra 20 feet. I mean, So yours actually drops down. Yours is only 70 feet this round.
Shit.
Yours is still 20, and yours is now 30. So 110 feet, which is just ridiculous. So people are now sort of starting to overtake you, unfortunately, Rich. Okay, and
You're going 75 miles per hour.
on a snail. Another round.
15.
So that's an extra 10.
What's your animal handling?
+1.
Same. Yeah.
21.
That is that's 20 feet. Yeah, an extra 20 feet. So yep. Cool. So 100 feet and
26.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. So that's 30. That's 30 feet again. I think you may well have crossed. Let me just.
Yeah.
18,
I really expected to do really badly and then just be like trading paint at like 1 mile. Because I didn't think they'd be fast.
I didn't think they'd be
Just
fast either.
slowly manoeuvring in like this.
So I also thought they were really slow.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, because it says they move at 80 feet, and I just didn't.
Just didn't comprehend. Yeah.
Because I thought it was for a minute.
Yeah.
Because the race lasts a minute, or usually does. I realised that no, that's every 6 seconds, every turn. So
Brilliant,
yeah,
brilliant,
I was like,
brilliant.
oh no, these are going at like breakneck speeds.
These are
Especially
going as
yours.
fast as motorbikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you are the clear winner by
That's
quite.
fair.
Yeah.
You like. It sort of becomes a blur between sort of Freya and the snail. You are the. I was going to say frail then, but that's actually
a thing.
that's
Snare.
you have become Snare. You blur together. It could be the fact that you're going at breakneck speeds.
Just getting Doppler shifted down to red.
Yeah. But yeah, you're just so in sync that you've sort of. Your spine sort of curves round with the snail.
Onto the snail's back.
Yeah. So you, and yeah, you stream past that finish line. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's very very happy. To move that. That denotes the number of hours that have passed.
Sure.
As well.
Okay,
So
cool.
we're now in the second hour. Okay. So.
Good shout. Yeah, at the end of the race, Freya just falls off high road.
Brilliant.
Just
Is there a smile on your face?
yeah, there's a kind of a dazed, happy smile on her face.
I just like drift my snail to the break. Who are they? I totally forget it's mine. Who do I respect, by the way?
Huh?
Who do I respect?
No one, sir.
You have no one that you respect.
No.
That was marvellously feckin' played. Well done.
There's also a consolation prize. So
Yeah.
can I just have one more roll from the
yeah.
both of you guys?
12.
20. Eldritch.
Okay, so you've actually started to pull ahead. So you're now. No, I need you've now crossed the finish line. I need one more roll from yourself.
21.
Nice.
21. Ooh, okay. So you are
Did you let me have a
second.
victory lap?
30.
So
29.
so unfortunately, you are second to last. So you're not in final position. You started slow, but then you had that speed burst at the end, which put you in 7th place. 8th place gets a consolation prize, and the winner is you are handed a sort of a murky-looking potion that's sort of it's sort of like got metallic purple swirls in it.
I've taken the identify spell, and I've realised as I was looking at it at the start of the second when I mentioned the pearl that I didn't have the fucking material component for it.
Yeah.
Every time.
You had one job.
So, yeah. So it's the you notice. What languages do you speak? More importantly, do you speak Sylvan?
I was going to, and I didn't take that one in the end.
Does anybody speak? Okay, so he's handed a potion, and in the wax seal of the bottle, you notice in Sylvan, sort of around it, is written the word advantage.
I'll presumably I have seen one of these before. I'll explain what it does.
Yeah, if you're going to explain to him, then sorry.
Pronouns.
Yes. So if you're going
I don't
to,
want to say like it felt.
That's fine.
It's not my place to say. It's not my place to point that out by saying pronouns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're going to explain to them sort of what's going on, then it's a potion of advantage.
Yeah. It's
so-
a potion of advantage. It.
Will give you, when you drink it, it'll give you advantage on the next skill check.
Makes you better at shit.
Yeah. You gain advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice that you make within the next hour.
Mm.
So,
Pretty nice.
as a little.
What's the cupcake do? Do you know? Have you seen one of these before?
Not really my area.
The ghost cake. Okay, I'll hold them to both for the moment.
You are welcome to make a Arcana check. Anybody?
Sure.
20. Beg one, 23.
Yeah, I was going to say
16.
it'll be
With
medium
guidance.
difficulty unless someone wishes to throw a theory, and then I'll drop the difficulty down. What do people think it does?
Okay, I'm guessing it allows you to just pop to the ethereal plane or something. Makes you ethereal.
Is it like a good berry? It heals a hit point.
No, it's
Invisibility.
bingo.
That's
So-
real nice.
Yeah, so it acts effectively as a potion of invisibility. Once
Fuck yeah.
consumed. Yeah.
Um,
So that's what I was trying to get across by the it turns see through as you. Yeah.
Right.
But,
as we've had our little side wager, I will lean over to Lucius. Lucius?
Hmm?
Yeah. Say, if you're planning on sticking around here, we run a little game occasionally where a few of us gather and have a few drinks and a bit of a wager. So if you're interested,
That was actually not bad.
When you ask me if I respect that character, when I ask you if Lucius respects anyone, does he get the feeling that you were trying to take something from him?
super much, yeah.
Yeah, so I know that it was.
Yeah, that was whatever that was slightly binding.
Yeah,
like if you had
yeah.
won, you would have got a good night's sleep the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
time, and
The next time you
Yeah.
tranced, you would have actually.
and Tommy
felt
would
like
have
you had
woken
a
up
sleep.
looking haggard and needed like 4 cups of coffee.
2 moments. But you guys think of where you would like to
Yeah.
visit next.
Sure thing. Should we also do the cookies from the oven?
Why not? Why not?
Hold illusion. So go.
I like the idea of the mystery mine.
Mystery Man. The big top is where Tommy performs most, so
That's also not an attraction.
it's not an attraction, yeah.
So we have Mystery Mine, Hall of Illusions, Pixie Kingdom, Bubble Pop, Teapot.
I was going to say lost properties.
Let's go and see it. You probably go there and go, yes, that thing, that there, that's mine. Dragonfly Rides and Gondola Swans. Or the Carousel. I mean, Carousel, that looks like a standing stones. But yeah, Carousel's like standard carnival type thing.
Like I'm drawn to Hall of Illusions or Mystery Mine, I think myself.
I personally am drawn to Mystery Mine, but also Hall of Illusions sounds.
I would say Mystery Mine or Teapot, but then Mystery Mine all three of us are interested in, so let's
Yeah.
go Mystery Mine.
Cool. Well, in the meantime, however, I'm going to go turn on the oven and sort out some cookie dough that I have in the fridge.
I might grab a drink as well.
I'll also refill my drink, yes.
Do you remember, is that your cup or is that one I left here? The glass there.
This glass is
This
mine.
glass.
That glass might have been
I think that's mine then.
Mike's. Or is it? Does it look like it's got the kind of a pinky liquid left in the bottom?
It's got some squash left in it.
Oh, Mike doesn't have drink squash.
And
My 2 glasses are
so
currently
this has
here.
to be mine, yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Process of elimination.
I really kind of wish they'd been slow, just so you could do some like
Yes, it's a good-
real like 1 inch at a time Fast and Furious shit. But it sounds like we actually get some really deep stuff for winning the game. So
I only won 2 so far.
yeah.
Because I see Mike putting that counter up towards the right in the bottom row. When we won the game, it goes up. I see.
Yes.
Notice the counter at the top
That's what the dice is for. Rather than me reaching across. So
it's hours gone through.
yes. So the problem is I've been. Yeah, I will explain what the two counters are.
At some point.
Well,
When they become relevant.
no, I should have explained already by now. But the problem is I've been reading so much of it that I already know that I know what those are. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's that, and I forget that I haven't told you guys.
So the real question is, how closely am I treading the line between charming and dickhead?
You're strapping it quite expertly, sir.
Indeed.
It's so while attitude is a factor,
Yeah.
it's more about taking part in things.
Yeah. Could you pass me my power bank from over there, Ryan?
Of course.
Because I got a cable which doesn't fit in the hole in my case. I'm going to have to remove the case and then plug the phone in.
That is 84%.
Twit. Thank you.
Echo. Set timer 15 minutes.
You believe we're heading to the mystery mine?
We're heading to the mystery mine, yes. So how am I doing Freya being a very low charisma being a low charisma character?
Very good.
So
Also trying not to be a dick.
so we've got the timer, so that's represented by this.
Yeah.
So we're now in hour number 2. This one is actually more to do with the mood of the carnival.
So if we are happier, if we win more things, we get happier.
If we take part in more things and really get to the spirit of things.
That would probably be a more accurate assessment of it. So,
Christ.
can I? Could I have a very easy perception check from all of you? You're rolling with advantage.
That's good.
23.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. So only.
Freya's head's on a
So-
pivot.
Yeah.
So you guys haven't quite noticed this yet, but Freya, the entire carnival seems slightly more vibrant than it was before. Colours somehow seem brighter. The music somehow seems louder but not oppressive. Just the entire sort of mood of the carnival is just sort of increasing and sort of it's just a generally more happy place to be than it was when you first arrived.
Neat. What's the mystery mine?
Mystery mine. Which is... There we go. Right. Propelled by magic, minecarts laden with fairgoers trundle into an opening carved like a dragon's mouth. The carts reappear moments later on the far side of the attraction, with the passengers expressing a mixture of bewilderment, fear, and excitement. Near the entrance, a male dwarf dressed like a wizard shouts, "Unlock the mysteries of your mind! Unlock the mysteries of your mind in the mystery mine!" He's got bushy eyebrows, pointy hat, and holds a large clockwork contraption shaped like a giant eye. So it'll cost you 1 ticket punch. You recognise this chap as a dwarf called Zephixgo.
Zephix go.
Yes. As well as running it, he sort of designed this whole crazy contraption.
You've got to chill out, my dude.
It was rolling so well.
It really was.
You used up all the good
I think I
rolls.
used up all the luck, yeah. So, yeah, I'll... how many people fit in a minecart?
8.
8. Cool. Is it look like it's quite a busy queue?
No, so it's kind of weird, even though the line's moving quite quickly, even though there's a lot of people, but they also notice that they're not sort of cramming them full. They will hold 8 people, but if there's a group, they just sort of put them in as is.
Sure. Is it like a roller coaster kind of thing from my memory?
So yes and no.
Okay. Goes fastest at the back. You see most of the front. What would you like?
Like to see everything.
Front car, please. Let us go for 3.
Right you are. Right this way. And he punches a ticket, and in you step. So,
Oh, sorry. Unlock the. This is just going to be a slightly spicy therapy session. That's what this attraction is. Continue.
So, the minecart starts to sort of rumble slightly, and then ka-junk, starts to move forward into the dragon's head.
Oh, Mike, did
Yes.
you see that Did you see the message I sent you?
No. Please stand by. Oh,
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
mighty interesting. Mighty interesting. Okay. Nothing you guys need to concern yourself about this time.
Lies and slander.
So, as you enter the dragon's head, there's sort of like a swirling, sort of almost 2-dimensional circle that's sort of swirling, and you plunge into it. And as you suddenly, as you come through, you're suddenly racing through a forest. Sort of a branch sort of almost hits you in the head as you come through, and then you're sort of shooting across a wide open desert, and suddenly it went from being sort of a little bit too cold and wet to it being way too hot and dry. And now, can I have you all please make wisdom saving throws?
Yes. 17.
Eldritch 20.
Lovely, lovely.
12.
Okay, so
Am I still full of donuts? No, sorry, fairy cakes. Actually, no, that was an hour ago. A couple of hours ago.
2 hours ago now.
Okay, so as you whiz through the desert, sort of a temple rises up out of the ground, and you shoot through it. And this is where you guys don't know that each of these things now happen separately. So I can either say it out loud, or I can whisper what each of you see individually.
Go for it, man.
Any preferences from anybody else?
I don't mind either way. I'm happy to have mine shared, or if other people want, I'm happy to just go.
Okay, so you whiz. So Freya, you see inside the temple is a town, and there are loads of posters up in the town, and in big red letters it says a research band, with a giant line through it, and then through the temple you find yourself sat upon an ice throne, and people are sort of serving you different foods, and I've completely forgotten the word, and presenting you gifts, and then what you see very briefly is
that me or can I guess what I see? Do I see myself with a pair of beautiful, resplendent, blood-coloured wings?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I've been on this ride before.
And can I have another wisdom saving throw?
Yes. 18.
22.
Okay, and just for the sake of story keeping, can I have one final one?
18.
18.
21.
12.
Lovely. Okay, so, so the village that you're in flashes before you, and you're now at the outskirts of a village, and there is a you see that there is a coffin on a boat that's being pushed out, and everybody is saying their goodbyes. At that stage, you're not in the coffin.
Okay.
This is a pleasant memory, because you yourself are very old, and you feel complete as you watch this happen, and there's a general sense of things ending well. For yourself, Rich, we have got there. You are now in you're in a courtroom, and there is a long line of people who are apologising to you, saying we were wrong.
I'm gonna love getting to know your character.
And then.
Characters have a theme, don't they?
And for yourself, I'm actually leaning towards there are two familiar figures.
Yeah.
And they're each tearing a bit of paper in half and say, how about we just play it by ear?
Do I see the same thing each time I go on this ride? Or would I have seen the same thing?
You have done previously, but there have also been unpleasant visions as well.
Well, if I'm riding a pretty good buzz right now.
Yeah.
So I know that bit is coming up with the two figures, one on either side, and he just stands up like Jack on the Titanic and just goes as he goes past the two figures.
Yeah. And then, as if
we don't see each other's thing, do we?
No.
Do we see each other? Are we like?
Do I see him just stand up and just go in the middle of my
No, it's
leg scene?
It's kind of weird.
Flip off the deceased.
So as you're going, from the desert into the temple, it goes pitch black for a moment, and then when you've got the lights, it's just you in the car.
In the scene. Sure.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird that you're
suddenly riding solo.
There's that, but also you're vaguely aware that there are other people in the car, but it's almost like a conversation that's just sort of out of reach, but you're aware that it's a pleasant one. Like, there's a good energy coming from the other people within the ride.
We're vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you rush out the other side. You notice, because there's several carts going through at once, so there are other people that are looking very happy, confused as well, because they're like, whoa, wait, hold on, where did we go? And there are other people who look white and harrowed by what's just happened. And it sort of clunks to a stop. And you are welcome to get out at that stage. I
Sure.
need to make a slight note.
So what do you guys see?
Nice.
That's good. I mean, you're not don't look like you've seen a ghost, so probably wasn't anything bad. You look
I am friendly.
smug. I don't know.
It's nice to be proven right.
Isn't it just? Oh.
So mechanically, while you're within the carnival, you guys will have advantage on any charisma check or saving throw.
Ooh! Presume that lasts for the rest of the night.
For the rest of the
As
night.
opposed to I live here, so it's just forever now.
No, it is as everything.
Yeah.
Everything resets at dawn. So.
Right. What are we thinking?
Give me.
You've been here, you know the place. What would you like to do? It's quite. I'm assuming it's quite rare you get the day off. Is this something you've always wanted to try as a punter?
Normally when you have the day off, we don't do the whole circus thing. We just sit around and don't do much really. But or read a book or something.
But it seems like because you're one of us, they won't have to treat you differently. Is there someone here that you want to be forced to treat you differently, like everyone else?
That is a fucking diamond point. No, I tell you what, the opposite of that. No, I tell you what, the opposite of that. Come with me. Oh god, where would she be?
Maybe Mike would know.
Yeah, possibly. Probably the feasting orchard, to be honest.
Bear with me one moment. Yeah, I'm not happy with this.
Oh, Rich, what was your hard stop time?
10.
Okay, cool.
I have no idea what time it is.
It's 9.
Nice.
Feels like we're getting a lot done this
Yeah,
session.
yeah. I mean, the dragonfly rides are always a laugh. The swan boats, they're pretty good. I tell you what, let's go and see Mama Rabbit.
We see
Mama Rabbit.
Mama Rabbit.
You'll meet her. Yeah, we'll head over to the feasting orchard. And, yeah, go and see if I can find...
Yep. So, as you return back to the feasting orchard, you notice the gnome who you met there before is back, sat perched in her tree, strumming the tune. She gives you sort of like a little nod. It's as if she was expecting you. And so within the feasting orchard, there's actually a little bit off to the side. It's kind of missed by quite a few of the festival carnival goers, but there's a sort of a rabbit person.
Harangon.
There you go. Thank you. Kind of a elderly. Kind of, she wears sort of like a shawl and sort of
like an apron.
Yeah. She's kind of hunched over a little bit, and she's sort of stirring sort of something in a pot, and it just smells out of this world.
Yeah. Like Tommy just like straight just waltzes over, like gives her a big kiss and chicken. Mama, my darling, I brought some people to see you.
Oh, aren't you sweet, dearie?
Over here we have Freya, the most charismatic woman in the world.
Ah,
Hi.
how lovely to meet you.
Might be staying on with us for a little while.
I'd heard, yes.
And this is Lucius, who is basically a toff, but one of the alright ones.
Ah,
Lord Lucius Libre.
you don't seem like a lord to me, but
I get that a lot.
everybody's welcome.
What's in the pot?
Ah, it's my famous stew.
It's a pretty good stew.
Would you all like some, dearies?
Oh, I'd have a bowl.
No.
Oh, should this be on 3 now?
Yes, by this stage. We block that through as well. There we go. So serves you a bowl, and it's it kind of sparkles actually, but it's not the brightly coloured. It's sort of like a sort of like the meat coloured sparkles. That's
Glistening.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And it sort of when you consume it reminds you of the first day that you arrived here, and she sort of took you in under the rain, and you sort of get a flashback of all those memories of feeling safe. And would anyone else like to partake in the mystery stew?
Did it cost a... Did you pay
No.
your ticket? Yeah.
No. She's had it's so again. It's kind of like a sideshow, but it's one of those where it's still magical, but it's not as vibrant and sparkly. It's kind of understated, and it's sort of a diamond in the rough.
Can't have a little bit, please. I'm still quite full of fairy cakes.
I can see it. You were the winner, weren't you? You saved that present for the right time, and then no one will see you. But don't you get up to anything naughty. And
I don't do naughty things.
Shine your eye.
yeah. This one will know. I had to teach it out of him. I
does
know you
seem the
still
type.
get up to no good.
I like full on like twirl her, like sort of not like sort of to catch her a little bit by surprise and just twirl her and just take her into like a dance hold for a second. Is like, Mama, you know I've never done anything wrong in my entire life. After all, how could I do anything wrong in your eyes?
Man, don't you lie to my face. You're a heartbreaker, Tommy boy.
But no, never your heart, Mama.
Never mind, no. Sorry, who is partaking in the mystery stew? Okay,
I'll
so
have a small amount
Okay.
to taste it.
so
To be polite.
it's kind of a little bit unusual in the sense that for you, you no longer feel as overstuffed as you once were. So you feel a warmth from inside, but you're no longer sort of bursting to the brim with all the cupcakes that you've eaten. It's not made you hungry, but it stopped you from feeling bloated. And then it's when you eat it, you get the impression that this dish was made for someone special. And yeah. Okie dokie.
I realise that wasn't like an attraction, but it's probably what Tommy would do with his day
Yeah,
off.
yeah. No, that's absolutely fine.
Right next to the dragonfly rides.
Yeah, good laugh. Aye.
I did quite like how surprisingly fast those snails were. So maybe some.
I think so.
Maybe some flying.
Yeah, we'll have the dragonfly rides.
Yeah. So as you're walking out towards the dragonfly rides, the gnome who was sitting on the tree sort of gives you a signal to keep your eyes peeled.
Okay. Can I roll a perception check see if anyone else is following me?
Yeah.
Fuck off. No, I am the one that is fucking off. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no sense that anyone's. I don't know what you've rolled, but
anything with that.
but-
It was like a 7 total, 8 total.
yeah, no, it's weird. You would have thought the carnival would have had somebody in it, but
It's quite quiet. You get jostled by a crowd.
I mean, you need to actually open your eyes to look around.
okay. So, let me just remind myself mechanically because I am more than aware of how this is working, but right. So, huge lily pads rest on the surface of a pool glistening with a phosphorescent algae. Giant dragonflies use the lily pads as landing platforms, buzzing loudly overhead with wings as brilliant as stained glass windows. People are alighting briefly to sort of they land back on the lily pad so people can jump on and jump back off, and then they whoosh back up.
They're beautiful. I
Near-
like animals.
Near the entrance, a small smiling tree turns your way and beckons you over. A red squirrel clings to its leafy canopy, peering at you suspiciously. I will just, because I want to keep the map up. This is the
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
okay. Sup, dudes.
Hello.
Welcome.
I know these guys presumably.
Yeah. They're a long time feature of this carnival. The tree, the tree sort of speaks kind of slowly but very poignantly, but it's just filled with warmth. And then the squirrel seems to be sort of like the bodyguard in. So there's kind of like it's sort of always darting around, always looking.
Careful that one, I'll have your nuts.
Would you like to to ride the dragonflies?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Wonderful. Yeah. So you each get onto the dragonflies, and they dart up into the sky, and that's the point when you hear below you sort of a shout of alarm and panic, and I presume you look towards what's cool. You notice that the patron who was sort of next in line hadn't managed to properly get onto the dragonfly properly, as it then took off, and it's sort of getting a little bit out of control, and he's grabbed onto its tail, the poor butterfly dragonfly, and he's sort of dangling and sort of screaming for help at this stage.
Sure.
And you've sort of the tree is trying to very slowly reach up, but he's just not quick enough. Like if he'd been a few minutes earlier. Then,
very good.
So yeah, the dragonfly sort of he's been thrown off his momentum at this stage.
Sure.
Is there anything that you guys would like to do at this point?
Yeah, I'll call down. I'm really sorry, but it's my day off. And then I will go to help him.
Freya will immediately wheel her dragonfly around to try and
Okay.
help.
You get the impression that all of these are on a sort of set path.
Okay.
So to try and corral it back, I need you to each make a. The dragonflies are picking up on what's going on, so it'll be a reasonably easy check. Animal handling. Sorry, yes, I've actually got to tell you what you're rolling for.
Natural 20.
Natural 19.
What's the animal
Plus
handling for?
guidance of...
To try and redirect your dragonfly back.
If you don't bother, then you don't have to make a check.
That's what I
Yeah.
I will not bother.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like to do instead?
Can I make it hover instead? Like, rather than pursue them, just
So-
come to a dead stop.
You can try. It will still be the animal handling check because it's the
You don't try that hard.
it's the,
That's what it is. I didn't fail. I just didn't try very
what
hard.
out of curiosity?
6.
6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Please
I got 29 total.
so
Oh no! We must go back and help him.
it's a little bit like in Jurassic Park with the automatic cars that go along, but rather than an engineering degree, it's an animal handling check. So you try your mediocrist, but
I
just
love it.
beautiful.
Such a ballet.
but it's just not enough. I like the tree. Minutes too late. But you guys, almost a natural attunement to sort of the dragonfly, and you're both able to whiz along and actually save. Can I also have perception checks from both of you?
Gonna be a big old 7.
13. I rolled a 7.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. So you notice that there's a bit of a kerfuffle in the crowd, but you can't pinpoint anyone exactly.
With the natural 20, can I sort of make sure that the person is and then take the dragonfly off over that, or?
Yeah. Okay. So you're. You guys whiz down. So you get there slightly quicker than Freya. You're able to help him hoist him up onto the back of.
Echo. How long left on timer?
I thought you were saying.
There are no timers set.
What?
I thought you were saying your dragonfly was called Echo. Quite insistent.
No,
Runs.
That's a dolphin. He's moving as quickly as the tree towards the.
Oh no, they're burning. Please stop.
You're quite a laconic person, aren't you?
Okay. I'll wait for Ryan to get back, but you'll be making one more. So, just so you help this guy, and then you're zooming back down towards the crowd.
I think what I'd try and do is what are we over right now?
You're sort of over a bit of a pond where all the lily pads
Can
are.
I sort of just wing the other dragonfly at exactly the right time so he plops down nice and safely on like a big lily pad?
Yeah.
So because I don't necessarily.
You're right.
Yeah, fine.
Sort of
that was
good. Yeah.
Could you remember what I was talking about?
Yeah. So you're attempting to you're intercepting the dragonfly.
Yes,
and he's...
because I don't think putting him back onto the dragonfly is the best course of action. I think he does need to be off the dragonfly.
Yeah.
So just plop him down and just sort of come in like on this sort of angle, and then boink, and then just fly over and hover over the other thing. I think the dragonfly rides is probably one of Tommy's favourite rides, so he's quite used to them.
Okay, cool. So with all of that, can I get you to make another perception check, please?
20 Eldritch.
Cool. I will tell you what you see when
Ryan gets
back.
Not having proficiency in perception is something I have not done in very many years, and it's unpleasant. By the way, you see this guy in the PHB?
Uh-huh. Am I alright?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good.
Excellent.
Okay, it's cooled down enough that you can try and grab one out of there. I've tried to slice.
That is just crumbling away.
Yeah. Just grab a bit. Joseph?
Good, thank you. I will.
I realise I'm just giving you a bit of a reach around right now.
Jesus Christ. Same as that problem.
Right, just...
Yeah. You meant to leave it to stand for a minute? I did for about a minute. Ish.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we might need a knife to actually get the inner bit, otherwise I'm going to have melted chocolate over my fingers and that.
Have a knife.
Out. Yep.
I think it should be noted that at one point Freya capped out at 88.6 miles per hour on a snail.
88.6. 0.2 miles an hour faster and I
And you
would
could have gone back in time.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to pass the plate down, I will attempt to slice more. So now that the guys say Freya's just going to enjoy the ride.
Okay. So, you see that Tommy is able to sort of bring the guy safely to a lily pad, and Tommy, you notice that there is somebody trying to escape from the crowd.
Escape from the crowd. Patron or staff wings?
Or no wings.
It's staff wings, except you've never seen this person before.
How they are running away? Does it look like other people are chasing them?
No. So everyone else is sort of either just sort of frozen in panic or rushing forward to help the guy that you've. But it's kind of weird. It's almost like this person was trying to sneak away quietly, but really botched their escape attempt. But luckily, everyone else is looking the other way.
I think what I'm trying to do is just buzz cut the grass on the dragonfly, get down to 5 feet above, and then just hop off onto the ground next to this person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you want an acrobatics check to make sure I land safely, or?
Not with a natural 20.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, normally yes, but you're incomplete. I'm not going to punish.
I will literally just hop directly next to him at a bit of a jog, arm round the shoulder. You're right there, friend. Where are you off to? and
Okay.
see if I can clock who it is.
So,
I cut my part a bit better this time. Mike?
I've already got quite a bit at the moment.
Okay.
So, right. Just pondering about how I'm
Sure.
going to. Okay, so it goes. Oh, it's a stranger. I was running to get help.
You're a staff member, right?
Now, the voice you recognise as 2 moments because I have forgotten. So it's the voice of a mime called Candlefoot.
Candlefoot, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
What would the whole... Yes.
It was my job today. I'm becoming Russian, but we'll roll with it.
Yes, and, my friend.
Can I? Hold on. Let me. Okay. Can I have an insight check?
I was about to request for that.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. So, it doesn't look. It doesn't look like Candlefoot. What they're saying makes sense, but there is a disconnect between what they look like and what they're saying.
What's this? Is magic, is it?
Yes. Mr. Witch. He thought it would be a laugh.
Can I, if I've like probably got my hand round the shoulder. I'm going to sort of try and walk and steer him back towards the other two.
Mm-hmm.
But B, also, does he feel like he looks?
No. So you've got your hand round him. So I think. Sorry. Let me just read up the.
Disguise self is one of my racial spells. So
Yeah. How does that work?
how do you mean?
How does disguise self work?
So you summon the illusory shell
Mm-hmm.
over you. So if you touch them, you feel what is actually there, as opposed to
Okay.
alter self, which is actually changing.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So as you put your hand around them, they don't look like because it looks like an elf, but when you put your hand around, they feel feathery.
Which is not what Candlefoot should feel like.
No, sorry, Candlefoot is a human.
Right.
Also, can I have just a raw int check?
You certainly can. 17.
Okay. Candlefoot operates the Hall of Illusions.
Yeah. Well, no, I say yeah like I knew, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So you have no idea. And as I say, Candlefoot is a human.
Yeah.
What you're feeling is feathery.
Can I try and subtly use Minor Illusion to Minor Illusion Mr. Witch walking towards us in the sort of middle distance as if he is coming directly towards us?
Yep. I suppose you... Presumably
We
you're
can do it up to 30 feet away.
So you're trying to do it... is that a... What? Would that be a stealth or a sleight of hand? I guess sleight of hand.
So I'm happy with
yeah.
sleight of hand if you're okay with that.
Yep.
24.
Wow. Okay. So, Mr. Witch comes charging forward, and so you see the elf turn towards Mr. Witch and sort of leap at him.
Okay.
And as it does that, the sort of disguised self sort of drops, and it is a kenku. So very much not this human that he goes leaps and goes, "Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on." But then obviously as they leap into it and
Go straight through it.
yeah, straight through it, and sort of falls flat on its face.
Okay, I'm going to do two things. Firstly, I'm going to signal to these two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's go.
Oh.
Also, is there like a... See, you know how in theatre, when one is working in theatre, you never shout fire in a theatre. You say, you page over the PA system, could Mr. Sands come to the reception desk? That means there is a fire in the theatre. I'm okay,
thank you.
or if there is a bomb threat, you have Mr. Sparkle is in theatre, go to the reception desk or whatever. Are there such codes for this carnival that I could use to, like, minor illusion something up, like a big exclamation point above my head? It's like, might need some staff help, that kind of thing.
A happy clapping goblin.
So, there is a... so, out of all of the colours, there is one colour that is not used. Technically not a colour, but it is sort of the a black as a colour.
Yeah.
And so you can, as a minor illusion, it's sort of like a it's done as sort of like a black firework with, and then it's got like purple and red. So it kind of looks like if to the casual observer, it's just another unusual firework in the mass array of different
But
fireworks.
it would stand out.
But to staff
bind it to
members,
its own, yeah.
they're like boom.
Yeah, boom, and then sit that up, and then... Are you guys still on the dragon?
I'm handing back the reins, having completed
Yeah.
my...
Now,
Yeah, I've just finished my dragonfly.
So-
That was wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Tree.
so unfortunately, can I have you make one final animal handling check, please?
20 Eldritch.
Okay, that's fine. You can, if you so desire, because it does a complete tour of the entire park. You'll be gone for about half an hour. Which if you'd failed, I would have had you'd be like, oh no, there goes. So you can, if you wish, come back.
Yeah.
You've already got control of it, so...
Yeah, but after the guy was saved, I think Freya would have gone back to the route, so she's gone for half an hour.
Fair.
Okay. So, you're welcome to turn around and...
If I can no control, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so... give me 2 moments. So, firstly, that is what they look like.
Yep.
I'm hoping I'm covering the important info.
Oh yeah.
The bird looks like a librarian to you.
It's a kinker with moth wings.
Yeah.
Well, they're the butterfly wings that...
Yeah.
sort of...
The general park ones.
So... Okay. So, you've sent up the alert.
Yeah.
Do you try to talk to the creature?
Oh, I'm straight jumping on him. Yeah, like, some funny business is going on, and I cannot be certain that he hasn't just tried to sabotage Dragonfly. So, yeah, I'm just jumping straight on him and trying to...
Okay.
Just grapple, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Go on then, we'll make a contested athletics check. Jesus Christ.
With my -2, that's a 16.
Okay. So, let me just...
It's a good ass roll.
I could have technically got a negative number there, so yes, it was quite a good roll.
They're actually quite manoeuvrable.
Yeah.
So they kind of manage to wriggle free.
Okay.
But as they try to run away, an arm just sort of grabs, sort of a very long barky arm.
Yeah,
Sort of just grabs and sort of drags them back. And you see the your friendly treant fellow.
Ah, good on you.
Wait here. So yeah, the Kenku's sort of struggling and wriggling, and sort of again in the voice of the human, like how was I doing the voice? Was it like this?
Yes.
Yes. Let me go. I have to free her. I have to free her. Let me go. They're lying to you.
Does it sound like how a Kenku would sound in that these are discordant voice clips, or does it actually sound that they've got a genuine conversational?
It's
Another question.
Assuming that's how Kenku work in this.
so. Can I have an insight check? Relatively easy.
17.
22.
Okay, so yeah, it sounds like it's a genuine voice, but there's a weird. You get the impression that this is all quite new to them. It's so. From some of the other things that they've said, there are entire conversational bits there, but they haven't. It's almost like they've forgotten that they can talk in structured sentences.
Sure.
And not forgotten. They've not gotten used to it.
Yeah.
So, they've done something with it. They've.
Who are you looking for? And why were you running away?
I need answers.
So do I.
They've taken, and she's. They looked around. They've taken Ziblina. Zibilna.
Sibilna.
Yes.
Okay, how does one spell Sibilna?
Zybilna.
Ziblina?
So anyone can.
I'm just going to write that down real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could. What's the appropriate check there?
Either history or religion or arcana.
I have a +4 in Arcana.
You can also make.
Okay, so it's not saying someone specific to the company.
No.
Go out of 10.
No, you're not.
What do you mean by they're lying to me?
They've done something to her.
Who?
And at this point she gets interrupted by and it's your old friend. You trouble?
No, I'm not trouble. He's trouble.
No, you Tommy.
Yes.
We're trouble.
I'm doing his voice, fuck.
Yeah.
That was intentional.
No, that wasn't. In character, that might have been intentional.
So the moment that you point him out, he then follows the procedure that you're already where she's going to get booted out the carnival. Yeah. So basically, sort of grabs her by sort of by the other leg. The tree lets go, and as he drags her, so she.
I'm going to follow as I can just walk alongside.
Okay, so she's. How are we going to do this? You've got to seek answers. They've taken her. They've taken my patron. Something's happened to her. They're lying to you.
Who's taken her?
The carnival, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Yeah. Seek answers. Seek the truth. And at that point, like
Out the door.
Yeah. And so, as she's ejected, was Grub his name? Grub?
The
Yeah, the big
Burley.
Burley. There we go. Oh yeah, Burley. He's big Burley. So he sort of chucks her out, but he also snatches the wings off at the same time.
What was the name of the ticket taker?
That is a very good question.
Well, Mike looks that up. You look up and you just see. Wee.
But that is nice.
That is.
Look at that. Smile in her face.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Nicholas, how'd that one get hold of staff wings?
And again, he puts his eyeglass up to the wings that Burley's sort of now crushing in his hands. Good question. Not many people get past me with those. Must have bought a ticket. And he sort of then ruffles through his papers again. And it's so he's it's you have played you've played cards with him once, and for someone who didn't know what they were doing, he seemed to effortlessly beat you.
Just got taken to the cleaners.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I lost the ability to wear the colour blue. You know, blue goes with this.
Came in here as a human. That's the seemed normal. Don't know how he did it.
That's some kind of magic.
Must be. I'll keep an eye out. They won't get in again.
Cheers, Nicholas.
You enjoy the carnival.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you worry about that.
Sorry about that. Doesn't tend to happen that kind of thing.
So, as you guys are gathering, because you've actually saved the guy, so actually that gets moved up to there. So, you notice that Burley hasn't actually left your side.
Yeah.
So,
Is it because he hasn't received any other orders what to do next, so he's just hanging around?
not
He's not had another thought.
not quite. No. He's like,
You're right, Burley.
yeah. You see boss now. All of you see boss.
Well, including her.
Whee! Yeah.
Right, we might have to wait, because unless you got a really big net, I think we're going to have to wait.
Well, it would have been some minutes.
Yeah, so you're finishing your ride, which is kind of lucky because it does look like he's now eyeing up the big top to fashion into some kind of gigantic net.
No, Burley, I was it's a metaphor. Oh, again.
I can only count up to 3.
You're the light of my life, Burley.
Why is it does the boss want to see us?
Oh, the boss went to see us.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You're not in trouble. They're very happy.
Okay.
You
Still
come
see
see
the
boss.
Yeah. Maybe well, now that I've
Does it look genuine?
Hold on.
it looks
Hold on.
it looks interesting in that it's obviously an expression she's not used to pulling.
Can I just have a deception with disadvantage to see if Burley believes that your smile is real?
It is real though.
Is deception is charisma based, is it not? So it's a flat roll.
You're right.
What have you got?
Deception, you say?
Yep.
0.
You not smile right. You like this. And it's weird. Somehow he's using his core muscles to smile.
You're a picture, Burley. You're an absolute picture.
So at this point, you get taken back to
The staff area?
Yeah. Well, you actually get. So he takes you back through to talk to Mr. Light and Mr. Witch.
I get my bandolier of knives and juggling sticks from the thing.
Friends, we meet again. Lovely. So lovely that you could come back. Now that you've managed to enjoy the carnival, and we're almost halfway through, isn't that lovely? Why did you come today?
I came to join the carnival.
Yes, of course you did. And you, sir?
Got the sense I should be here.
I was scheduled.
Yes. Very unusual. Lovely. Well.
He's got some wonderful energy to him.
Yeah.
So, at this point, Mr. Witch stands up and he's like, "There's yes, well, yes, there's some things amiss, and we can't. I'm prohibited from telling you the specifics. We are in a predicament, wouldn't you say, Mr. Light? Yes! A terrible, terrible predicament. Now, this is all a little bit clandestine. So, there's a slight problem afoot here. And, again, checks, closes the door. And I need to pause just one moment.
Sure.
Yep.
While we wait, I do know a joke.
Go for it.
What did the drummer call his two daughters?
I don't know. What did the drummer call his two daughters?
Anna 1, Anna 2.
It's pretty good, actually. Maybe you could be a comedian. I got a joke for you.
Mm-hmm.
What you call a man with no shins? Tony.
So, I hear that you had a little bit of a run-in with a troublesome guest. You did the right thing, Tommy. Right thing. Right thing. Yes, right thing.
Sirs.
Yes. Now, it's been a bit of a repeat offender, shall we say. They're all very upset about the loss of her patron, you see. This, Zilbnia.
Ziblina?
Zilblina, yes. Yes, that's the one. She's gone missing. Bit of a problem. Sort of an archfey. Shouldn't really go missing.
And they seem to have you had something to do with it.
Yeah, they think we're responsible for it. We have been accused of theft at the highest order. I imagine some people have lost things when they have come here, and we are getting the blame. But it's not us. Careful now, Mr. Light. Yes, thank you. Well, now, bit of a predicament. Can't really say.
But you know.
Yes, well, of course we know. Yes, we know.
But
yes.
you're prevented from saying
Yes.
by something.
Yes.
By someone.
Difficult to say. Sort of a burning feeling in the back of my eyeballs, actually, but we require your assistance. There has been a agreement in place, and we can't be involved directly, you see. But if we were to point you in the right direction, perhaps there could be something in it for the both of us. Because I believe you, Sir Tommy, came here having lost something, had you not?
Tommy gets like a real dangerous look in his eyes.
Yes. As I said,
Aye.
now, it is unfortunate that we cannot return what was taken, especially as we did not do the taking. We don't like what goes on round here, but we're sort of... And there's the feeling in the eyeballs with the fire again. So...
Yeah. Again. Joe is laughing. Tommy's not.
So, I say you enjoy the rest of the carnival, but at dawn, meet us back here, and we can send you on the way that you need to go. Have any of you lost anything besides Tommy here? No. Well, that's unfortunate.
I think I did, but I mean that's not really what I'm after.
Yes, you're after a job. Well, tell you what.
I just want to hide from librarians.
You want to hide, and his eyes light up. He goes,
I figured this would be a good place to hide.
No, dear boy. I have a much...
Excuse me. Despite the fact that I am wearing this heavy armour, I am a girl.
I apologise. I also wasn't really talking to you. But, you lady, I have a hiding place that would suit the both of you, don't you think? Now, yes, the carnival keeps on the move, but there's a place much more exciting. We'll take you to it at 4 a.m. when the carnival comes to an end.
Will we be able to get back here?
Assuming you're not dead, yes. Quite possibly, perhaps.
Well, just by waiting for the carnival to come round again.
I don't know. Isn't that magical? I'm hoping that everything will sort of sort itself out.
I'll do what I can to make sure you don't die, if that helps.
Cheers.
Lovely. Well, we have an agreement then. And you, sir, Is there anything that you'd like?
I'd like to recover the item that was lost.
Ah, you have lost something. Lovely. She was right, she did. Yes. Cool. Well,
Who was right?
your benefactor.
Ah.
They told me in a dream.
Shit-eating grin. Gotta hide the pain somewhere.
Yes. They said you three would be special. Now let me ponder. Yes. Can't interrupt the carnival. It's already halfway done, and I like a good show, you know. And you guys have brought such happiness to the place. Well, yes, okay. Yes, 4 hours. Meet back here. In for an adventure. In and out. Probably, hopefully not. Maybe you might die. But, fingers crossed, you can sort everything out. All agreed? All happy? Any questions? Good. No? Lovely. Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Witch? No? Lovely. Cool. Right.
So what, you're saying I'd get them back? Or I'll get what?
Oh! It's a shame.
You've been very good to me, but this is my home, I don't want to leave. So what are you offering me?
Oh, you could come back, of course, but I think you'll find that the thing that you've lost, while it cannot be returned, there is something else. Something else that is missing. And that can be returned. And I see it in each one of you. It's like a niggling at the back of your mind, or an itch that you just can't reach. I hate those things. Aren't they annoying? Well, that is what you will find. That is what you can get back. Well, actually, you can clear it up. You wouldn't want the itch back. The itch is here, and you're getting rid of the thing that caused the itch. Lovely? Yes? Everyone following?
No, but I'm in.
Not even slightly.
Lovely. Well, we'll meet back here, and perhaps my associate Mr. Witch might be able to explain something a little bit more clearly once he's had a time to ponder what he's going to say. Because the problem is, I have just drunk an incredibly large amount of coffee, and I'm sort of...
Coffee? I assumed it was dragon snuff.
Yes, that's what I call coffee. So, I am high as a kite, but I'm very excited for the now 6 of you to go on this adventure.
Drinks off his coffee with what gets him instead of milk.
So, you enjoy the carnival, don't lower the mood, be back in 4 hours, and we can help you find what's been lost. And even though you can't get it back, you'll get something else back instead, and that would be just grand. God, there's 9 of you now. And there's now just sort of staring
He's
up.
got 2 pupils developing in his one of his eyes.
A third eye is open up on his forehead, and it's red.
I have drunk enough monster that I've had my third eye open before, yeah.
Mr. Witch sort of very gently places Mr. Light
Into a bathtub full of ice which just steams.
just into the chair, and it's sort of like you get the impression that Mr. Light is still talking, but has now lost the ability to talk. So it's become very internalized.
He thinks he's having a full conversation with all 17 of us.
This is a normal. This is normal for him.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. This is a particularly good mood. This happened before, and everybody basically got to sort of drink and fly around on the dragonflies like way higher than they were supposed to, and
He took all the sort of the limiters off.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
So this is like one of the best. The last time he was in this mood was one of the best nights you had at this carnival.
Put it this way: the last time he was in this good a mood, we got to joust on the snails.
It's amazing.
It was, and I'll never forget. In fact, I remember it twice because I want him in memory off someone.
I was about to ask if you... Yeah.
See, that there raises an interesting question of whether I could lose one of those memories to you so you could remember doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
That is probably a good point to
solid.
let that stage.
Yeah.
Mike, do you want to turn and just hit the square button there?
That